made it to Fort Sao João. It's another castle. It's if you guys seen my last video, and when I walked up to the other castle, there's like this picture. It's super windy, sorry. There's like this picture of like other locations that you can go and visit, and this is number 4 on the list that's to the right. And it's kind of close to my kid's school, and when I go and drop him off, I really only have like an hour and a half to go walking and get to my destination before I have to go pick him up. But it was a little challenging getting here because I'm a little bit late, because there's a lot of one-way streets over here, and I'm not super familiar with every single one of the traffic lights or rules or signs. Most of it is Americanized. Like you can see the stop sign over here actually says stop in English. But I don't know if we can walk in here because they have like a little gate, but I think that's just to make sure no cars come in this way. Yeah, see, there's people up there. I'm gonna start walking here. Bear with me again because it's a windy day and I don't have like the little microphone thing that blocks a lot of the sound. So my last video, I lingered on a lot of these little pictures for too long, I think, but you can pause if you want to see what they say and translate it. See, Sao João Baptista. Okay, so here's the map again. This is where we are going. My kid's school is right up here. This is where the other castle is that we went to. And I could have walked. I'm sure it would have been a lot easier, but I ended up like zigzagging through all this. But my goal is to eventually go to every single one of these places. Here and here. This map is much clearer. It looks more new. This is the one that we already went to right here. Number 15. So let's walk up to the fountain. Okay, you guys, we're up here at what I thought was a fountain, but it actually looks like it's more of a monument. And again, I always record and translate later for myself, so you guys can do the same. Okay, so the weather has kind of turned. This morning, it started off nice and beautiful and sunny, and now the rain is coming in, and the waves are starting to pick up over here. As I'm inching my way to the top of the castle, or the fort, the castle, you can see almost the entire city of Angra do Heroismo, if I'm saying that correctly. And it's so windy that like the wind is blowing the phone in my hand, so forgive me for my choppy recording. But I'm gonna work my way up here. There's something really cute to look at up here, it looks like. My last video was really long, so I'm gonna try to cut this one a little bit shorter, but I was so excited to find that castle. I wanted to show you like every little nook and cranny. So my video ended up almost like 26 minutes long. I'm gonna try not to do that to you guys this time. So this is the entrance of the castle. Also, another thing on my last video, I didn't get to show you guys like where their moat would have been. But at one point in time, I'm assuming this was all filled with water. I wish I knew a little bit more about the history, but yesterday marks 4 months that we've been here, so I will end up learning a lot more. I'm actually sitting here looking for like a water line and I don't really see one, so maybe this wasn't underwater. Maybe it was, I don't know. Sadly, I don't think that we can get into the castle. I think that door is locked. It's near Christmas today is December 12th. So they have their lights up. But these definitely look like little water basins to me. There's a cool little entrance right there. Probably that water maybe led to a room right there where they could actually like scoop it up. There's a huge gun. Look at that. Oh my gosh, I just got kind of freaked out a little bit. Like when I'm visiting these ruins, I often forget like what they were really here for, and that was to protect the city of Angra. And this was a military operation, actually. This is where they literally held down the fort. But I'm gonna walk up to the door. Just so you guys can get a little bit better view of the magnificent. Why can't I say that word right now? Truly magnificent. Oh my gosh, why can't I say that word right now? I've been hanging out with Portuguese people too much, I think, trying to learn a new language, and now my English is all botched. There we go. There is some water lines right there. There was definitely water in here at one point in time. But this is the view. Beautiful view. I'm going to stop and take some pictures. So this is one of the lookout points up here on the fort. And could you imagine just being a soldier, got your gun in your hand, standing here, protecting everyone? Okay, I'm starting to think those openings were more for cannons, because I see an old cannon right here, which I'm starting to get a little bit creeped out. This is all grass over here. I'm not even sure if I'm allowed to be right here. But I didn't see any signs saying like no trespassing or anything like that. So maybe if I run into the wind. Maybe if I run into somebody who speaks English, I can ask them if I'm allowed to be over here. Okay, so like I was saying, I'm not sure if I'm even allowed to be in here. I'm trying to work my way out to Seaside. For some reason, I'm like nervous to walk in the grass, so I'm just like walking alongside the wall right here, because I'm not sure if I'm allowed to be here or not. Oh gosh, look at this, is falling apart right here. Okay, I think this is as close as it gets to Seaside. There's the other castle that we visited. And I'm gripping my phone for dear life right now because I'm so afraid. The wind is so strong here. I'm afraid it's gonna blow out of my hand. Sometimes when I go to these places, I like to just sit there and use my imagination of what it was like back then. Everyone dressed up in their mid-century attire. Makes me think like, what was this part for? Okay, I'm trying really not to walk on the grass again. I don't know if we're allowed to go this way, but it looks like there might be a path right here to down here further. I hope I don't get in trouble, but at least I don't live in one of those countries that would like imprison me if I get caught down here, which is good. Cool. gorgeous view. Someone up top is definitely mowing the lawn. I can hear that. Let me see. Oh, does that mean I can go? I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be here. They should definitely put up some signs if I'm not. Does that mean I can go under it? Oh my goodness. I feel like the luckiest person in the world right now. How cool. What's over there? It is starting to sprinkle a little bit. But this is where the water would have been for their moat. Little birdie. See, there's that little entrance over there. I don't know if you can see it from here, but I want to go there. But I'm not going to. I mean, they have some lights out here, so when that's all lit up, I bet it looks really, really cool. I better get out of here. So I'm heading back down because I kind of hit a dead end over here. I'm going to try to wrap around the other side of the castle, but I don't know how much more footage I can get. Maybe there's an entrance on the other side that I'm not aware of. I just wanted to stop for a minute and appreciate this park right here. I mean, it is one of the coolest parks I've ever seen in my life. It literally has everything. The weather's not really that great, and that's why you don't see any kids out here, but I would love to take my twin nieces here. And it just goes on and on behind the trees. This is a pretty big fort. I mean, it looks like it just goes on and on. I'm on the other side of it now. So I'm towards the left of the drawbridge. There's another cannon. Let's see, I want to see if we can get up there. I think these stairs right here just lead to a picnic area, but I'm working my way up this hill. The park that we just looked at is down there to the right, and the parking lot is on the other side of that. So that's where I came from. Now I'm trying to see if I can get to where that cannon is. I can. How cool. Like eerie, but cool at the same time. Okay, I don't think I've ever touched like a real cannon in real life. Oh. It's cool, but it's like sad at the same time because you're like, how many people died with these cannons? Like, hopefully not very many, but they would light the fuse right here. And I'm assuming it would take probably 6 or 7 people maybe to hold it in place while it fires, because that's a lot of force there. There's cannons all lined up right here. Again, I don't know all the facts. I'm kind of just using my imagination when I'm talking about the use of these cannons, but what a super cool picture right there. And they would probably sometimes just hang out right here on these little benches. They were posted up though. They have cannons facing every angle, just in case they needed it. Okay, so I'm getting close to this entrance here. They got a camera and a stoplight. There is a little road that leads up to this spot, but do you think people live in here? I guess we'll find out. So I'm coming up here and I see this military officer and a cannon. This is probably the spot that I'm not allowed to go to. very lovely lady over here. She gave me a salute and everything. I wish I would have got it on camera, but she said I can't go down there. People live here, she said, which is really cool. I guess this is like a little town in there. I tried to ask her if this is considered inside of the fortress, but you can see the fortress wall right there. So I'm assuming so. I wish I could explore all the little things down there, but you probably have to have a VIP membership or something. It's probably more for safety, if anything. But she did let me go on the other side, walk on the other side of the barrier there, which is cool. So the wind kind of calmed down a little bit right now. I would have to say that this is honestly one of the things I was most excited about, was exploring the castles and seeing the old ruins and, you know, trying to research on my own the history. But I think I might end up having to take a tour and have a tour guide explain more information, or maybe talk to some of the locals a little bit more, because I'm like one of those people that I need to know what everything was used for. Like, I need to know what that little hut right there was used for. I need to know if this was like where the king and queen stayed and slept, or if this was like an old church or something like that. Like, I need to know these things. And when you're just out here exploring by yourself, you're kind of just using your imagination and probably getting a lot of the facts wrong. But I'm officially on Mount Brazil. And what's interesting is, you know, as modern as Angra and Terceira Island are, there's still so much history. I literally cannot wait to take my mom here. She is gonna love it. You can see all the old buildings of Angra. Angra is part of like a heritage organization where they, like, the government helps restore the old buildings and the, you know, monuments, and even some of the fountains, and obviously the castles and like the ruins and stuff like that. And they do a really, really good job of protecting things. And honestly, it's not just the government and the organization that does a good job of protecting it, it's the citizens as well too. Everyone seems to be very careful about protecting you know, their monuments and their heritage out here. And every once in a while you gotta look for a big hole like that in the road, but other than that, it's so beautiful. Like, I want to know what that is over there. That looks cool. Is that part of the castle? It looks like it's on the inside. I don't think that's an area that I'm allowed to go to though. That's that really cool building. I bet you that's like a hotel right there where people can stay and have a view of the ocean and everything. But over there across the way, let me try to zoom in on it. There's that huge anchor that we saw. I was standing right there, if you could see it. And then that's the fort that we walked around. I don't know, this video is turning out to be a little bit longer than expected, because the more I walk, the more I find really cool things to explore. So I'm starting to work my way up the mountain, I guess, because this is really a mountain. It's a dormant volcano. But one thing that is really unfortunate that I can't share with you guys is the smell that I'm smelling right now. It smells so good. And my son is calling me, so that means I probably have to cut my trip short right now and head back down and go and pick him up from school. But what a beautiful place. When I get up here, I'm just gonna shut up for a second and do a 360 of my view so you guys can get a sense of what I'm hearing. The wind died down, and all you hear is birds and the waves crashing. So beautiful. All right, guys, I'm gonna have to cut you off here. Stay tuned for more adventures as we check off more numbers on our map. And I know it's really cheesy to say this, but don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to continue on this adventure with me here in Angra do Heroismo on Terceira Island, one of the most beautiful places in the world. Bye for now. Much love.